Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale F89F long runner 2-unit flat car from Athearn Genesis. My example is decorated for trailer train with TTEX reporting marks. According to the Athearn website, the bulge deck long runner conversions were started in 1987. This particular car has a date stencil of January 1988, so it should be appropriate for most modern era layouts. This model has an MSRP of $84.98. For the purposes of this review, I'm going to refer to the unit with the 3 hitches and no bulge as the A section, and the one with the bulge and brake ratchet as the B section. The sides of the car are simple, reflecting the nature of the prototype. The stirrup and grab irons are freestanding and especially thin. The stirrups and grabs seem to be made of metal, so they should stand up to normal handling. The taller ladder on one end is made of flexible plastic. The B section includes a detailed brake ratchet. The ends of the car feature freestanding grab irons and trainline air hoses. The coupler ends also have uncoupling levers. This is a 2-unit car, so each unit only has a coupler on one end. The other end has a drawbar. Each unit comes in a separate box, so it's up to the modeler to connect the 2 units for use on a layout. The model is equipped with McHenry scale couplers. The coupler on one end is high according to the Katy height gauge. The yellow paint on the model is evenly applied, but not quite opaque. Light shows through the upper half of the side sills that extend above the floor when the model is backlit. Under typical layout lighting, this probably won't be noticeable. There is a bit of paint bleed between the black bands on the sides and the yellow. The white band is like this too, though not as noticeable. With some weathering, the fuzzy edges would probably not show. The markings are crisp, and even the tiny stencils on the COTS block are visible with magnification. I especially like the red warning stripes and stenciling on the A section. Note that both units together are treated like a single car, and both carry the same reporting mark and number. The decks of both cars have a lot of good detail, and the hitches are very nicely done. There is even stenciling on the sides. There are parts bags included, with collapsed hitches which can be used in place of the extended black hitches. The bulge on the B section is interesting and makes this car distinctive. The underside of the car features delicate brake system detail and bracing on both units. Each section is made with a metal center sill and subfloor for added weight. The car is equipped with Athearn roller bearing trucks with rotating end caps. Several of the wheel sets are narrow in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. To connect the drawbar, you'll need to remove the empty coupler box cover on the A section and insert the drawbar from the B section. Athearn even includes a small screwdriver for this purpose. The loop on the drawbar goes around the post where the coupler would normally fit. Unfortunately, there are no instructions included in the box. So I'll start by removing these 3 screws using the supplied screwdriver. Then you have to pull back on this and then kind of slide it out without damaging the hose. Then I'll remove this little copper piece. Athearn does give you some extra copper pieces and little screws in case you lose some. Then you have to lift this swinging coupler box off its post and then connect the drawbar, because there's no way to get the drawbar in there otherwise. And then you have to slide it back. I'll put this copper thing back on, and then we'll put the coupler box cover back on, and this little tab on the front has to slide forward. It's a little hard to do, actually. There. And then just tighten the screws back down. The A section weighs 4.8 ounces, and the B section weighs 4.9. As individual cars, the NMRA recommended weight for each section would be 7 ounces. The cars have a very low center of gravity and will probably track well regardless. The easiest way to add weight would be to add weighted trailers as loads. Athearn's website states that these cars will negotiate a 22-inch radius curve, but recommends at least 24 inches. Overall, I think this is a good model with great detail. The bulge deck and drawbar connection set this car apart from ordinary single-unit TOFC cars. Because of the drawbar connection, this is the kind of car that would be best set up and then left on the layout. At this price level, I don't think a model should have paint issues. I'm going to take off a spike for that. I'm also going to take off 1 spike for the coupler height and 1 spike for the out-of-gauge wheels, so my final verdict is 7 out of 10 spikes.